Hey guys, what's good? Triple J Boxing. So, I wanted to ask you guys if you had the same kind of feeling in what you saw during the Dmitry Bivol versus Artur Beterbiev fight. Did you notice that when Bivol fought Canelo, he didn't land as many shots on Canelo as he did on Beterbiev? Because that's what I kind of realized, and I didn't know for sure. I just kind of my that was just my impression. Like, wow, it looks like Bivol landed more shots, cleaner shots on Beterbiev than he did on Canelo. He was more active on landing clean shots on Beterbiev. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to back up my claim, not just with my feeling and what I saw, because I didn't see the Canelo Bivol fight in a couple months now. It's been a while. I think I've seen the fight only twice, maybe three times. I forget. So, but I still remember it pretty clearly on what happened. But I don't remember Bivol landing as much on Canelo. So I looked into it, and I pulled up the punch stats for both fights, Bivol versus Beterbiev and Bivol versus Canelo. And the thing is, for the Dmitry Bivol Beterbiev fight, there was two punch stats that they use now. So they have a whole new company called Jabbr. It uses AI technology instead of people clicking a button like CompuBox. And then CompuBox did it as well. They've been doing it ever since 1985 for every big fight. And for the Canelo fight, though, versus Bivol, they only had CompuBox at the time. So it's a relatively new company, this AI one. So I'm just going to go and compare the CompuBox one. And I will say the Jabbr one, but we're just going to compare the CompuBox one since that's the only one that both fights used. And the Canelo fight didn't use the Jabbr one. So we'll start off with the Canelo one. So Bivol, he threw 710 punches according to CompuBox total, landed at a 21.4% connect percentage. So not the greatest connect percentage. He landed 152 and 15 body shots out of 710 punches, which is just shy of 22%. Canelo landed 17%, so it was still better than Canelo, but not like a superior, I would say, punch accuracy there. But when it came to jabs, Bivol landed 11%, 46 out of 418 jabs. So he did throw a lot of jabs. This is according to CompuBox. So there's going to be room for error, obviously. You got to take it with a grain of salt, these punch stats. And I'll get into the other one, the AI one. A lot of people are all hyped up on the AI one, saying, oh, AI can't be wrong, but I still don't agree with the AI one either completely. I trust my eyes and my feeling more on what I'm seeing. But yeah, so he threw 710 punches in the Canelo fight. Bivol did. He landed 152, 21.4%. 46 jabs landed out of 418 jabs thrown, 11%. And power shots, he landed almost 37%. So that's really good, 37%. 106 landed out of 292, and 7 of them were body shots. So Bivol obviously really landed a lot of good power punches. And it makes sense why the jab isn't as accurate for all fighters, just because it's used as a rangefinder a lot of the time, so it doesn't have to land per se. Whereas a power shot, you never want to throw a power shot and miss. There's really no point in doing that unless you're going to set up another big power shot, I guess. But technically, you wouldn't want to be missing power shots. You know what I mean? You're just going to get tired. So we'll go to the CompuBox now for the Bivol versus Bivol versus Beterbiev. So I have it here, guys, and we'll kind of compare to see if I was right. Did Canelo get hit less? So final stats, total punches thrown. So Bivol, he threw only 423 punches. So he threw about 300 punches less than he did against Canelo. And he landed 142 punches. So let's go back to, so he landed 142 punches. Let's go back to the Canelo one. Okay, he landed 152. 152 versus 142. So 10 punch difference, but we got to look at the key factor here, guys, cuz a lot of the punches landed on Canelo were jabs, and I'm talking more, I should have actually said that at the start of the video. I'm talking more about clean power shots. I felt like a lot more were landed on Beterbiev. That was my feeling. But yeah, like I wasn't really talking about the jab per se. I was just talking about everything. It seemed like a lot more harder shots were being landed on Beterbiev than on Canelo. So yeah, so 152 shots were landed on Canelo total out of 710, whereas Beterbiev took 142 shots from Bivol, so 10 punches less than Canelo did, but only 423 punches thrown, so like 300 punches less. Connect percentage, almost 34%. So 33.6% connect percentage is very good for total punches. And then when we look at the jab, so he did throw a lot less jabs against Beterbiev. It could be that he was afraid of the counter right hand, obviously. There's other factors as well. Just styles are different. I mean, because Canelo has a really good right hand as well, you know what I mean? So, yeah, there's different factors for that, why he would throw less jabs. But anyway, he threw 256 jabs compared to the 400 and something against Canelo, and 58 of the jabs landed at a 22.7%. That is a very high accuracy jab right there at 22.7%. And you're not going to believe this, guys. Power punches landed. Bivol landed 84 out of 168. 19 of them were body shots at a 50% clip. Now that is almost certain you're going to either knock the guy out or dominate and win the fight. To land at a 50% accuracy is just insane. And obviously it's CompuBox, guys. Take it with a grain of salt. But what I seen in the Bivol Beterbiev fight, I seen that accuracy. Like, Bivol was landing so clean consistently throughout the whole fight. I mean, there were some of the later rounds he slowed down a bit, like what was it, maybe around 11 and 12 he slowed down a bit, but he was pretty consistent with his shots throughout the whole fight, and they were just super clean. So yeah, 84 power shots out of 168, 50% clip. You go to Canelo fight. Okay, so the Canelo fight, it did say he landed 106 shots. So he still landed more by a little bit against Canelo. Which, I don't know, guys. I don't know if I fully agree with that. I mean, there's obviously errors in it, because he did throw 292 and he landed 106, whereas he only threw 168 and landed. So he threw like over 100 punches less, and he landed pretty much a little off, like 20 punches off. But yeah, I just thought that there's a reason for this. Let's just say for the video that the punch stacks are correct, like pretty correct anyway, pretty accurate, which I think, like I said, it's not going to be fully correct. You just have to use it to support your argument sometimes, to support what you saw. But I really don't like to follow CompuBox. Like, it's not the end all be all, really. Because, like I said, it's human error. And the AI one, I feel like, is error. And I'll go into that one in a bit, why I don't agree with that one either. Like, the disadvantages to that one anyway. I still think they're useful tools and we should have them. But what I'm saying, guys, is they shouldn't be the end-all be-all. But it kind of... So let's just say all the punches were correct, the totals. So would it, like power punches, technically he still landed 20 more on Canelo. And he landed about 10 more shots total on Canelo. But the thing I want to look at here, guys, is look at the connect percentages here. I think that is the thing that I had a feeling that Bivol landed a lot more cleaner on Beterbiev than he did on Canelo, and his accuracy was a lot higher. That was my inkling, and I wanted to just kind of bring it to life and see if I was correct or not. And so that's why I looked into the stats here. And Bivol, like I said, he landed 21.4% total on Canelo. And on Beterbiev, he landed 33.6%. So that is a pretty big, significant difference, guys. That is like almost 15% difference right there. And then on the power shots, it's staggered. It's a little bit more, actually. So he landed 36.3% on Canelo, but on Beterbiev, he landed 50%. So the whole point of this video, I want to say, is Canelo has better defense than Beterbiev. That's the whole video, pretty much what I'm trying to get at here. That's what I come to realize, is Canelo's defense is overrated. His head movement, his upper body movement, the way he can slip shots, how he rolls with shots. Beterbiev just doesn't have that kind of style. He has more of the just block shots. Similar to Bivol, they use the high guard to parry and block shots. And Bivol uses his legs a lot, whereas Beterbiev kind of just blocks the shots. And Canelo does that too as well. He does it all. That's the thing. Canelo's defense, he can do it all. He can block shots. He can have the high guard. He can walk you down with the high guard and parry the shots. But when he's being under attack, he can counter you. He can slip the shots. He can roll with the shots. The head movement and the upper body movement of Canelo is very fast and very good. And if you see the exercises he does in the gym, he really works on his upper body movement and his bobbing and weaving, his hip, the way he can move his hips and he can dip down. He really trains that. So let me know what you guys think. I think Canelo's defense is overrated. We've seen it throughout the years. Against Triple G, it was good. He's got good defense, guys. He's got really good defense. I feel like it's underrated because people just talk about Canelo's offense more, his combinations, his ripping body shots, his left hook, the way he can walk you down. But we tend to forget that if he didn't have that defense, he wouldn't be able to do that stuff. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think, because a lot of people are saying that if Canelo fights Beterbiev, he has no chance, which I highly disagree. I think Canelo has a better chance of beating Beterbiev than he does against Bivol in the rematch. I'll get more into that in another video. I just think stylistically it favors Canelo more, that style, and Canelo would have the defense advantage, you know what I mean? And he wouldn't have to deal with a mover like a Bivol. So Canelo don't like movement from fighters like Bivol, and Beterbiev won't have that. So let me know what you guys think about that, though. I think Canelo has better defense. But let's just go. Let's get into the Jabbr stats now here, guys. Now, this one, like I said, Canelo versus Bivol fight didn't have this company doing it yet. It's a relatively new company. They use AI. So I guess they're using cameras to track the movements of their arms as they're throwing punches and stuff. This is staggering to me because they had Bivol landing even more shots than CompuBox, which I don't know if that's more accurate or not. It could be wrong. I don't know, because a lot of the shots that kind of hit the guard, maybe AI's counting that and the people aren't, vice versa. But they had Bivol landing 219 shots out of 583. So they had him throwing more, almost 100 more, I think. And they had him landing more as well. Yeah, so CompuBox had Bivol landing 142 out of 423, and Jabbr had him landing like 80 punches more and throwing over 100 punches more. And it's they don't show the connect percentage here, but they do show that he landed a lot of high impact shots, so they have that category. I guess it's similar to power punching, but they're saying like very clean shots pretty much is a high impact shot. And Bivol outlanded Beterbiev 2-1. His 50 to Beterbiev's 23. Yeah, so I don't know what one to really believe here, guys, because the thing is here, and not to believe, but I don't know what one would be more accurate in the sense that, like, landed shots, what one would be more accurate, thrown shots, because this is what kind of throws me off a bit about the AI one, Jabbr. They had Artur Beterbiev throwing 1,023 punches. I did not see Artur throw 1,023 punches. I just didn't. He was probing a lot. He was kind of trying to set up his power shots by just pity-pat kind of jabs, kind of measuring. And I think AI was counting those because that's the only thing that really makes sense to me. I did not see him throw over 1,000 punches. I just didn't see that. And when we go to the CompuBox one of Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol, it kind of makes sense because they had Beterbiev total punches thrown was 682. So that's almost a 400 punch difference from the AI one. And I tend to agree more with the CompuBox on this stat here on punches thrown. I just didn't see Beterbiev throwing 1,000. It seemed like 680 sounds more accurate. But when it comes to landed shots, I really don't know what one is more accurate because, like I said, humans can make errors. But the AI one, I think, can make errors as well. Like I said, the punches thrown just doesn't add up to me. And maybe, like I said, if they are counting those probing shots, those measuring shots, maybe it is accurate. It's just we don't, as spectators, we don't view that as really a punch being thrown. You know what I mean? But anyway, they had Jabbr, Dmitry Bivol landing more and throwing more, and they had Artur throwing more and landing more as well. So they're more, the humans are actually not as generous with the punches being thrown or landed. They're actually lowballing it. You know what I mean? That's what I noticed here. But let me know what you guys think about the new AI technology. I'm not fully on board yet. But like I said, if they actually do say we counted those measuring shots that are like, say if I'm just hitting air, I'm just going like this, trying to set up my right hand, but I'm just going like this. Are they counting that as a thrown? Even though it's not really, you know what I mean? It's not really, I guess technically it is a thrown shot, but it's not, we don't really consider that one. But I think they're both probably room for, they'll both have errors and they should be taken with a grain of salt. You should use your own opinion and your own eyes to judge the fight, I think, and your own criteria for that. You shouldn't just rely on a system like that. But yeah, guys, I'll make another video on CANELO versus Beterbiev and who would win that fight. And if it happens, how it would go. Because I really do think you can't count CANELO out in that type of fight. He likes guys that will come to him like that. And I know some people are going to say, oh, but Dmitry Bivol was walking CANELO down at times and got him on the ropes. And that is true. That is true. That is a good argument. But the thing is, Dmitry Bivol's got those legs, and he's got that really good jab with those legs that makes CANELO, it makes CANELO harder to get in the front door. And he just don't like people that move around like that. He's had trouble with boxers. A guy that comes forward, he likes that better. But Beterbiev is a beast, and maybe it will, even though if it favors CANELO's style, he might be just too strong and too powerful, and it might not make a difference. So I could see that argument, but I just think stylistically it's better for CANELO, that fight. And I think CANELO has the better defense, what I just proved with these stats and what I saw. But I want to know your guys' opinion. do you think Canelo did get hit less? Because to me, it looked like Beterbiev was getting hit a lot more cleanly than Canelo did. Canelo has the better defense, in my opinion. But let me know, guys, what you think. This is Triple J Boxing. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.